review this then. This is possibly the best washing machine, well, ever. And no, I'm not kind of taking that title from Boots Owen. No, genuinely, this is the best washing machine, in my opinion, ever. Because it's even better than Miele. And that takes some beating to do. Yeah. The reason why I'm also saying this is better than any other machine is how stupidly reliable these machines are. How well built they are. And how many there are today. As daft as it seems, in my workshop alone, I have 2 WFP3300s and 2 of the previous generation WFP3201s still lying around in this workshop. And they all come locally as well. I haven't had to travel for any of them, not really. And that's not including the one in my workshop. Boots Owen's got one. A lot of other YouTubers have at least got one of them. And that's just in YouTubers. There's also other collectors here and there about, without YouTube channels who also have them in. And they are constantly up for sale. Okay, I'll take back the little bit of the reliability kind of side of the thing. My own personal first WFP3300, which isn't this one, the door seal on that actually ended up with a hole in it after another collector had it was going to be running it as a full-time machine, put on some bleach, and I think it accidentally burnt through the seal. I've got a new seal for it, I just never actually got around to fitting it because that is a bit of a ball ache to do, unfortunately. And of course, there's the WFP3201, one that's completely mouldy, kind of expected, and the other one doesn't actually have a heater because it's blown. Yeah. But that aside, how many Mieles of this age are still around? And I mean like the top of the range version. Because that's the other thing too. Not only are there plenty of WFP Hydrosensors and Aquasensors, there are plenty of the lower spec models too also knocking around. Just not as many of them. Which also bizarrely, that's quite bizarre because the top of the range machines are rarely sold. They're flagship models of course, but rather rarely ever sold. So either this sold in droves and we've only got now a small proportion, or most of them that were sold are still being used and are still being run. With the occasional ones having bearing and spider issues. Board issues are very rare on these, from what I can work out. Right, you'll notice that we've got a chrome outer door. We've got a glass heat shield. That is glass and it isn't going to come off. Unfortunately, I've not tried actually. I may be able to remove it, but I've not even looked at it. Actually, it may have to come off. There is dirt inside the door. I might just do that. But you also find that quite a lot of these come in blue, and it's because somebody forgot to take off the plastic covering over the top of these. In fact, I've seen plenty of Bosches which have stainless steel. The dishwashers, for example, I've seen a lot with green because the green plastic's never been taken off. So yeah, if it has the blue over the top, it's just not been revealed. Personally, keep it on because it looks quite cool and it protects the stainless steel, which unfortunately this is now a little bit scuffed. Let me explain why this is awesome. This was way ahead of its time of any machine, and even to a degree, even better than the Series 8 next to it. The Series 8 isn't really that much better than this in quite a few ways. We'll start off with the fact that it's got an electronic door. If you had the lower models, of Bosch, you had a mechanical handle. But if you had the upper models, you got an electronic door, just like a Miele. You of course have to turn it on and press the door to unlock it. And inside we've got a 5 kilogram drum with these rather unusual baffles. They are full on steep one side and sort of shallow on the other. And we've got this door seal, which, no joke, look at that. Now, this looks relatively new, actually. Looks like it's been done recently. But this went to auction, and I bought it from auction along with the Hoover AC110, and I hadn't even looked at it. So imagine my surprise when I turned up and bought it. It fills through here directly, but it will also fill up normally through the dispenser, and that'll fill in through the side. So if we open the drawer, you'll see this little red marker here. This is important. You open the drawer, put it out, and there we have our program guide in English. Oh, this is just the English version. Yeah, in English. So it doesn't matter what market this got sold on. You could have it in English, or you could have it in German, etc. There we go. We've got the programs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously cottons, colours, easy cares, delicates, woolens. There you go. And it even tells you degree of soil, what button to press. So if you've got light soil, press the short wash. If it's very dirty, put the pre-wash on. And if you have stains, select the intensive. If you want an additional rinse and more water, select high water level. And genuinely, high water level is high water level. And does, of course, add on an extra rinse. So we have a total choice of 23 programs, and we can go through them. We have cotton at 90. It's got a little tap. Now, the tap doesn't mean cold fill. Bear in mind, this is a hot and cold fill machine, just to note. No, the tap doesn't mean cold fill. It means it includes a cool down at the end. And then you got cotton 90 without the cool down. Then you got cotton 60 economy, which of course is your eco cycle. I think more so with intensity and stains. By the way, I'm just guessing all of this because there's no instruction manuals anywhere for the WFP3300 or the 3201 or any of the Hydrosensor or Aquasensor range. So annoyingly, I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Of course, cottons is a max load of 5 kilograms. You got cotton 60, cotton 40, cotton 30, and then the cotton spin. Now if you notice, the cotton cycle is all a flat 1 hour 50, of course apart from the eco cycle, which will drop a rinse. Yeah. So we've got a max spin speed of 1600, which can be adjusted. We can have 12,000, 800, 600, 400. Reduced ironing, which will limit the spin to X amount. I think on cottons would be 800. Of course, it does a profile of series of spins, and this has been carried over from Bosch's for years and years and years and years. Rinse hold will still do the intermediate spins, and on the final rinse, it will do the final rinse and then go into rinse hold mode, and then you can flick it over and go on to spin, or you can just go on to drain only if you want. Right, that's that. Then we've got the buttons here. Now, we've got obviously a door, start, pre-wash, which adds on a half an hour 30 degree pre-wash before the main wash. Short wash. So what short wash does, instead of it heating and then washing for a certain amount of time, it will heat and wash for a timed period before going on to the rinses, etc. Higher water level, as explained, adds on an extra rinse and heightens the water level. And intensive in stains adds on more time to the wash stage. I think at 40 it will hold at 40 first before it kind of goes onwards. Other than that, it will also just extend the wash phase from, for extended treatment of detergent onto the stains. Right, let me just show you something as well. So if you select the short wash, your wash timings now for the rest of the temperatures, they go down. as expected. And of course, right there, if I hit spin, any additional options that are not available will go off. But then, for some reason, when you go on to the next one, they won't come back on. Yeah, they're not in the SIP. Right, another thing as well, we got time delay here, starting hours. But this is where it gets a bit confusing, because normally you would select your program, you know, set how many hours and press start. But don't, because if you press start, it will just start the program. No. What you do is you select your program and your options and you shut the door and then select starting hours. Now, while it's flashing, believe it or not, now, if I shut the door, there we go, you'll see that little dot there next to the 3. It's quite hard to see. Right, that means start delay has now already started. You can just turn it off by getting all the way up to 19 hours and going back. That turns off the start delay. But there we go, it's active. So it's already active and you can already do whatever you want. You can change the options while you're in it, however you want, etc. before the program starts. But that timer has already started. After 1 hour, it will start the program. You do not need to hit start. If I hit start now, what will happen? It's already starting the program. Right, another thing to also show you, which I've already just quickly shown you already, is the rapid advance. And what this allows you to do is skip stages of the wash at any point. So you see across here, we have it all written out. Pre-wash, main wash, rinsing, final rinse, rinse, hold, and final spin. So what we'll just press start now. So it's now doing the pre-wash stage. And let's say you go, oh actually I don't want the pre-wash. Just press start again. Now we'll go to main wash. It'll also drain before doing the main wash. And let's say, no actually I want rinses instead. You can do that. Or you can just have a 1 rinse and spin. Or you can just do spin only. To be fair, having them spin onlys on the program dial don't really make any sense. You can already select extra spin on any of the programs. I suppose it just makes it more easier to understand to a normal person, rather than making it a bit more complicated. But that's the thing. It's really intuitive to use. Also has a final beeper at the end of the cycle. It will beep for a few minutes and eventually will stop. It will also go into an automatic anti-crease mode on some of the programs, which you can just end at any time just by simply opening a door. When you open the door, the program resets. Ready for the next program. Right, back to the programs then. Then we've got Easy Care cycles at 60, 50, 40 and 30, all 1 hour 13, all at 800 spin, max load 2.5 kilograms. Then we got the short wash, which is available, and then the timers for that again goes down. Again, interestingly, on all the cottons and synthetics programs, you can also add on all the options if you wish, including reduce ironing. Now, reduce ironing on Easy Care, I think limits it to 600 RPM. Then we got the delicate cycle at 40, 30 and 15 degrees. Now that's important. 15 degrees is your cold wash, but genuinely will heat to 15 degrees if it needs to. If it comes in at 10 degrees, the heat will get switched on until it gets to 15. This is because enzymes, well back then, your washing powders didn't really take effect until it hits 15 degrees. Max spin 600 RPM, 400 reduce iron it and rinse hold. Max load 2 kilograms. Again, all the options are available and available together. And if you look at the timings for short wash, actually, believe it or not, they're all the same. Obviously, there's program 3, delicate spin. Then you got woolens at 40, 30 and 15. Max spin 800. Max load 2 kilograms. No reduced ironing, and there isn't actually any, apart from shorts, there's no other option. Oh, no, there is. That's actually quite impressive. How cool is that? It looks like high water level, just adds on higher water level. There's no extra rinse with the high water level. So apart from no pre-wash and no reduced ironing, all the options available. Then obviously program 4 is the wool spin. And then program 5 is starching. So what starching does, it will do a heated rinse to about 40 degrees along with your starching powder, and we'll finish with a spin. And of course there's going to be no options for it apart from reduced ironing. Program 6 is soaking, just pure soak at 30 degrees. Heats to 30 and will soak I think up to 2 hours, because effectively this is a pre-wash and then goes into soak mode. And if you notice, there's also no spin. That's all soaking does. Gets your whites whiter. And then program 7 is drain only. It's a sensor drain as well. It's not. It doesn't just run for 1 minute. It will run until the pressure switch deactivates, and it will just switch off. And of course, there's no options. Right, do the draw, finger, up there, pull towards you. Right, it's split into 3 compartments. You got this section if you're running with a pre-wash, which then of course you need to put detergent in both sides. You've got this compartment for your fabric softener. At max level, don't go beyond there. I think it's about 150 ml. It's really big. Same with this. It's about 200 ml just for the pre-wash, and this for your main wash is about 400 ml. But interestingly as well, you'll notice we've got this here. Well, if you pull it out and push it down, you can now put in liquid detergent up to 200 millilitres. It's also trying to make out it's for small amounts of powder, which I suppose you could do. But as well, once you're done, you lift it just back up again and just push it back and clip it back into place. That I like. I'd like that. And bearing in mind, this is pretty much the end of the 90s, early noughties. So it's quite ahead of its time. Yeah, right. So, let's give this out of 10 then. Well, it's going to be pretty harsh if I turned around and said, well, it's not going to get a 10 out of 10. But it is. Even for the time of the sale of these machines, this gave you everything that you wanted from a machine. Okay, there's no special programs, but no machine had special programs back then. You literally had the choice of, you know, a temperature, a fabric, etc. But this gives you every temperature you want, every fabric you want, and every option you would ever want as well. And they're good options too. It's also quite intuitive to use, with instructions kind of on the little plastic placard in there. You know, if you've got stained laundry, press intensive. If you've got heavily soiled laundry, add a pre-wash, etc. It's pretty good in that sense. And actually, I can't see anywhere where I'd be using this and going, I haven't got a cycle for what I'm washing. No, it's got everything. Also, to add on top of that, we've got a 1600 spin. The spin results are absolutely brilliant in every single way. We've got a DC cutter silent motor, so it's silent. It is incredibly well built. If it's unbalanced in any way, the whole machine stays stable. It will not jump. The only thing, and it's a really odd thing, is once it gets to 1600, it can vibrate a lot. Not the physical machine, but it seems to exert all the force through the floor. So you can end up kind of not vibrating the machine, just everything around it. Certainly when it got to 1600 then, I can hear it in my office, just through the vibration. Not the motor, just this vibration. And yeah, if you're stood in front of the machine, you go, oh, that's quiet, not realising it's vibrating the rest of the walls. Time delay's great, and I love the rapid advance. This is honestly a class of its own for the rapid advance. Nothing else does it better than it. Price as well. Now, here's what I do know about these. These kind of ran, I think, till about 2003 in the end, and then eventually was kind of dropped. And realistically, the Siemens Series IQ took over. But even so, these were £700 odd plus machines. They weren't that expensive in reality, basically, which made them a bit of a bargain, sort of. The equivalent Miele is probably 150 quid more, yeah, and it gave it a little bit more than the Miele did. The only thing that Miele could shout about was the fact they had a quick wash and an automatic cycle. Yeah, they are good cycles, but the thing is, at least with this machine, you can select any kind of program and select the short wash. Yeah, it's going to get a 10 out of 10. It is absolutely perfect. I can't really fault it at all in any way, shape or form. A perfect balance of water and energy as well to wash the clothes and rinse the clothes. It gets perfect rinse results even without the higher water level. You don't necessarily need it. Right, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment down below what you like about the machine, what you don't like. Maybe I've missed something. Let me know down below. And subscribe for more washing machine content. And I'll see you in another video. So, bye for now.